Well, we're at morning of the last day of the Antique Show Appraisal Fair and Sale in New Harmony, Indiana, and there's the Ribeye Gymnasium with its great clock tower right behind me.
Which coven is this from? I wouldn't put this thing in my house for any
Really?
money. Oh yeah,
I can't believe that people would react to her. She's so sweet. She has wings.
she's wonderful.
She's
She
wonderful.
also has horns.
Yes, yes. Well, exactly. Well, and it's also really interesting to me that you've got this detail down here
And
too.
we've never been able to figure out what that meant. We've looked it up online, tried everything.
We put this on Facebook and online and said, does anybody know what this is? Does anybody? And no one ever came up with any ideas of what. And I'm sure it's probably from the 20s.
Yes, I believe it's from the 20s, and I'll tell you.
Is the cord still on it?
Yes, it is. It's in the bag.
The cord sort of dates it. The cord and the plug is, is original.
Oh, it's absolutely 1920s deco. It's a great looking piece. I haven't seen this particular one before. I'll tell you what I'm seeing in this. What I'm seeing is the word "it" with quotation marks around it. The it girl, who was Clara Bow, 1920s. She's the it girl. She's the sex symbol. She's this sort of thing. Well, here you have the it girl, and she's a nude, but she's a little devilish, isn't she? And I think maybe but she also has angel wings, and I think that's what they're trying to get across from her. Yes, exactly.
It's like she's got boots on because she's got heels.
Exactly. She's got heels, but then she has cloven feet.
Yes.
Exactly. And so what I think they're having some fun with the idea of, she seems really very exactly. She's good and bad. She's a sinner and a saint. She's the devil and the angel. I think that's what they're trying to say about her. And I think she's fantastic. I haven't seen this particular one in person before. I am looking real carefully to see if there's any sort of a mark that tells us that it's a Frank art or a new art or something that would be valued even more for that reason. But I'll tell you, $26 is incredible for this piece.
Practically one of a kind. You can't find.
I'm sure there's very few of these left. I'm sure they made a small number to begin with. Lamp companies usually didn't make a lot of any one thing. And then it was the Depression. They probably just disappeared. That was the end of it. I think she might be worth $750 to $1,000 in the right hands. And I mean, I think if you sent her to a big city that's with a dealer that sells a lot of Art Deco, you would definitely see a price like that on her. I think she's amazing, and I'm hoping I can learn more of the story now that I've seen her in person. Well, this appraisal fair has included a lot of interesting books, and one of the dealers here has one that's particularly interesting here at the show, so let's take a look at that together. Personal Memoirs of U.S. Grant. How did you get this?
I bought it from a gentleman that used to be the head of Historic New Harmony here.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he had so many things for Grant, of Grant. Like, I think this is like a commemorative piece.
It is, yeah. That would have been for the 50th anniversary of Gettysburg. Wow. Oh, that's an interesting collection.
Yeah, he had several things.
I am distantly related to him somehow, I understand. So I'm always kind of fascinated when I see Grant stuff. Now, this is interesting. Why would this be in here? Name, residence, order date, retail price. It's almost as if $350 for the pair.
Right.
Subscribers, names, residents. Oh, I see.
Something coming to you, like
I'm thinking that this is actually something that they took around to show, and then it's because in fine cloth binding, plain edges. Oh, now this is actually interesting, but it's interesting for different reasons than I expected. So this is something they actually took around to sell people on getting a subscription to keep getting the memoirs and the other things, because what they have in front here, which I didn't understand when you first opened it, is this is showing them you can have it bound in the brown leather or the colored leather. And so this would have actually been the bookseller's copy that they took around. And that may be why there's some of those extra details that you were asking about. Now that makes more sense. Well, that makes it a little more interesting and a little more valuable as well.
Wait for the bell.
I love the bell, but the bell is loud. What they're saying is that when you actually get your book, so this is just the copy that was done for the salesman, and then opposite this page there will be a fine facsimile of the terms of general lease surrender. So what they're saying is when they actually go to publish, see how it skips 2 pages?
Oh, yes.
That's what they're saying. They probably didn't see it's by the Photogravure Company of New York. So I'll bet what it is that they knew they were going to put that in and they didn't have it ready, and they wanted the people to go out and start selling them. So they're showing them, well, there's going to be something in here you're not seeing yet.
So what you have is you have like a salesman sample.
It's basically a salesman's sample.
Selling subscriptions
to take
his memoirs.
Exactly. How interesting. That's really cool. And here we go, To Our Agents and the Public, 1885. And this is saying the book is finished. Well, he's saying the second volume is finished and delivered. We have the first volume in type, and it's actually bigger than we thought. So see, you should buy it. So let me tell you what I found out, because I had to do a little research on this one. It was when Grant was dying, and Mark Twain helped him write his memoirs because they knew his wife was going to need money because they'd gone bankrupt. And so they had about 10,000, mostly former Civil War soldiers, go around the North and get pre-subscriptions to this. And it was a hugely successful book. So they printed something like 350,000 copies of the 2 volumes, but there's only 10,000 of the salesman samples. So your salesman sample is the really hard piece to find. And the books, the 2 volume set, when you have them, they go anywhere from about $350 to $600 for the set. Your salesman's book, I haven't been able to find any recent comparables on, but there's a chance that it's worth over $1,000. In fact, it could even be worth a few $1,000 because it's the scarce one that they took around to do the hunting. So
good thing I didn't mark it 55.
I'm so glad you didn't put it out to sell yet. Sometimes it does pay to take a little bit more time and research. It's a fantastic thing. And I had no idea there was a salesman sample of it. So
yeah, me neither.
That's so cool. Thank you. My pleasure. Well, we're winding down here at the New Harmony Antique Show and Appraisal Fair. It's been really fun to do this again. People brought really great stuff and plenty of it. I saw a wonderful Lutz vase worth almost $2,000. I saw some really fascinating Spanish paintings. I have to say, being in the Midwest doing this, it's a different kind of cool things in houses than other parts of the country, and it makes it so interesting for me. You never know what are in those homes that you're driving by every day. People have some really amazing family heirlooms and collections, so it's been great to see them and help people understand and appreciate them more.